Today, we're going to talk about something that is, without a doubt, one of the most important skills a person can learn. We're talking about CPR. We're going to break down what actually happens during a sudden cardiac arrest, why every single second matters, and what you can do to step in and help. So, let's just dive right in.
Let's start with a number that's, well, it's pretty shocking. 95%. According to the source material, a staggering 95% of people who have a sudden cardiac arrest die before they even get to a hospital. Why? Often, it's because they didn't get help fast enough. This isn't some far-off, rare event. It's an emergency where the actions of whoever is nearby can completely change the outcome.
And you know what? That person nearby, it's very likely to be someone just like you. The data shows that about 85% of these emergencies are witnessed by somebody. And get this, most of them happen at home. So we're not talking about some dramatic scene on the street. We're talking about the reality that this could happen right in your own living room.
Okay, so that brings us to our first major point, and it's all about urgency. When it comes to cardiac arrest, your single biggest enemy is the clock. Every second that ticks by is absolutely critical.
Just look at the brutal math on this slide. It tells a really clear story. For every single minute that CPR is delayed, the chance of mortality just skyrockets. You can see it right there. After just 1 minute, it's up by 17%. By the time you hit 3 minutes, that number is over 50%. This is exactly why jumping into action isn't just helpful, it's everything.
So, with the stakes being that high, what is the answer? What can we actually do? Well, it's CPR. A great way to think about it is as a bridge you build to carry someone from the very edge of death until the professionals can arrive and take over.
Now, the term itself, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, sounds pretty technical, right? But let's break it down. It's actually really simple. Cardio just means heart, and pulmonary means lungs. So when those two things stop working, CPR is what you do to take over their job, manually pushing oxygen-filled blood around the body to keep things going.
And here is a super important point. When you're doing CPR, you're not trying to shock the heart back to life. That's not your job. You really only have two main goals. First, keep that precious oxygenated blood flowing, especially to the brain. And second, you're just trying to keep the organs alive until the paramedics arrive with their advanced equipment. You are literally buying that person time.
Now, while the need for CPR is universal, the reason why someone goes into cardiac arrest can be very, very different, especially when we're comparing adults to children. The urgency is the same, but the cause is often not.
And this slide lays out that difference perfectly. You see, in adults, cardiac arrest is usually a primary heart problem. Think of it like an electrical issue. The heart's rhythm goes haywire and it just stops pumping effectively. But in children, it's usually a secondary thing. It's almost always caused by a breathing problem or shock, which then, in turn, causes the heart to stop.
This brings us to a really critical point that trips a lot of people up. Sudden cardiac arrest and heart attack are not the same thing. A heart attack is a plumbing problem, a blockage in an artery. But sudden cardiac arrest, the thing that requires CPR, is an electrical problem. The heart's rhythm just stops.
Okay, so we know what it is, and we definitely know why it's so urgent. But the big question is, how do you actually recognize it? In that high-stress moment, how can you know for sure what you're seeing? Let's go over the signs.
The great news here is that the signs are actually very clear. You don't need to be a doctor. The person will be unconscious and totally unresponsive. They won't react if you shout at them or shake them, and the biggest clue? They will not be breathing normally. Now listen, this last point is so important. Sometimes a person might take these weird occasional gasps. It's called agonal breathing, and it is not normal breathing. If you see that, you have to treat it as a definite sign of cardiac arrest.
The second you recognize those signs, your role completely changes. You are no longer just a bystander. You are now the first responder. And what you do in the next few moments is probably the most important link in what's called the chain of survival.
So what do? Just remember these 4 simple steps. First, and this is for you, make sure the area is safe. You can't help anyone if you get hurt. Second, call for help immediately. Don't hesitate. Third, if anyone else is around, point directly at one person and tell them you go find an AED. And finally, step 4, get straight to it and start high-quality chest compressions.
I just want to pause on that for a second. Recognizing what's happening, making that call, and starting those compressions, this all happens in just the first few minutes. And your actions, right then and there, can be the absolute literal difference between life and death. So I want to leave you with this really powerful line from the source material. When someone is in cardiac arrest, the only thing that matters, the only thing you can give them is your time and your action.
In that moment, as it says here, time is the currency of life. Don't waste a second of it.